All right. What's going on, y'all, man? Polo Sports Talking ENT. A little bit early, but also yet again a little bit late. I was supposed to be here originally at 10:15 for you guys, um, and for my people that's Eastern Standard Time, 11:15. But things come up, and also I scheduled it for around 11, and that's 12 for you guys. It's on the Eastern, and because I'm in Central Standard. But nevertheless, man, let's just go ahead and get right into this thing, okay? A lot of people out here, they can't swallow that shit. They can't swallow that shit at all in terms of people being in interracial dating or interracial marriages. Okay. And y'all hit the like and hit the sub and also comment as well. And make sure that you hit the notifications too so that you get all of my streams, all right? This is something, man, that I think people are very sensitive to. Me flat out, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't have no problem with people that are in interracial relationships or interracial dating or marriages. I don't really sit there and judge people on that for several reasons, but the main reason is because I have in my family several family members that are married, outside of their race, and me being African American, you know, you we live in a society and in a culture sometimes where, like let's say you go to the barber shop. You go to the barber shop, okay? And you know, it's nothing but, kin folks in there, what I'm saying, nothing but black folks in there. But then you come in there and you the eyeball out, or it seems like it at least, and you have because you with somebody that's outside of your race. Well, some people are gonna, just look at, they're gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, huh? Some people are gonna be, take offense to that, while others, they just mind their business. But the reason why you have to ask that and we have to dig into that and we have to dive into a subject like this is because I was talking to somebody like a while back, and they told me that when they got into a relationship, with the female that was outside of their race. And listen, I'm not just talking about black and white, I'm talking about black and Hispanic. It could be Asian and white. It could be it could be shoot uh white and Hispanic. It could be black and Asian. I mean, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's just to each is everyone's own. And look, I'm gonna say this too. There's a lot of people that frown upon. It's not just the African American dating the Caucasian. It might be where a thing where another culture has a problem with it. Such as the Asian, such as the Hispanic culture. They might not want you to date somebody that's Caucasian or something like that because of the way that they raised, because of the norms that they grew up in, because of how they came up in their household. I've I've met people that were Caucasian that love to hang out with African Americans, um, and they're friends, and they'll tell me, flat out, well, I've had family members that are, that feel a particular way about African Americans and everything, and they would tell me that they choose not to associate with those family members because of the way that they see things. Especially a lot of like Caucasian women. Because there's a lot of Caucasian women that date that date black men. You know, but me, I don't have no problem with it now. Where it becomes a problem to me is when, let's say, you have to bring in the emotional factor of everything. Like such as an argument or something like that. Uh, Somehow, some way, sometimes race happens to get involved in that type of situation at the heat of the moment. Because I remember there was this one time when somebody had mentioned that their significant other had called them the N word, and when they were getting into it or whatnot, and I'm like, okay, see that right there. Okay, you've had that buried in the back of your mind. I'm talking about, black and white in this instance, of course, because that's kind of, to me, that's that's under the microscope or under the magnifying glass, so to speak, of, when we talk about interracial relationship, or marriages, or interracial dating, whatever you want to call it. But like I said, man, I don't really have no problem with it. Now I know several people that said that, they choose not to date white women. There's people that they choose not to date black women, and they're black. There's uh guys that, prefer, Hispanic women. There's women that prefer white men or Hispanic men as opposed to black men. Uh what I don't like is when you say you don't want to date those men, or you don't want to be married to those type of men, but then you bash them. That's what I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? If you if you're not into African Americans, then just leave it like that. You don't have to go and say, okay, yeah, because they're this or they're that or anything like that. Because a lot of times what happens is that a woman, I'm just talking about a woman for a second. A woman might have a real bad experience with the African American guy, right? She might and I'm talking about a white woman or a Caucasian woman. She might have had a real bad experience with that guy. And so now all of a sudden they they think that all of the men, because of that one guy that messed it up, for all of them, she's already put them in this category of, okay, well, if he's gonna do it, all of them are gonna be that way. And that happens a lot. Like, what the guy might have mistreated her, might have abused her or something like that. So she's automatically gonna think that all the guys are the same. When we talk about African Americans. But me, I look at it as, I've always had the mentality like everybody deserves a second chance. There should always be there should always be, somebody that gives an opportunity. Now, that's given an opportunity. In a lot of households, there are some people that actually frown upon you bringing in a particular race. Like if you go to like if when you went if you went to my family reunion, you will see people that have various spouses or people that they're dating from a particular race, a different race or whatnot. You know, it's not a whole lot, but well, not at least not in a certain tree of my family. Now, in terms of my like immediate tree of my family, it's real common because I got a lot of cousins that are mixed race, you know, and I have to respect them. I have cousins that are mixed race that are half black, half Hispanic. I have cousins that are half black, half white. You know, so it to me, I can't sit here and disrespect anybody or talk down on anybody because of who they choose. You know, who you like is who you like. Now, some people choose. You said it bothers me because I know the history of this country. Shoot, let's talk about it, Omega Red. You could come on in and you could discuss it. And everybody has the right. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: everybody got the right to feel the way that they feel. You know, but I'm gonna tell you like this: I know I come from a good old boy state. I come from, uh, when you talk about South Carolina, when you talk about, the Southeast, and when you talk about Texas, you know what I'm saying? The severity in terms of the mistreatment of African Americans it's on the same scale. You know, yes, they the Confederate States and everything, but let's not act like Texas isn't a good old boy state. Right. Yeah, nah, I mean, yeah, I understand, hey, Omega, your opinion is always validated, brother. You know, your opinion is always validated. And me personally, everybody has a voice on here. Uh, this is okay. This isn't really. I'm gonna make this real clear to everybody right now. This isn't a subject to come in here and try to like debunk or do any of that other stuff. I just swing by to like your video. Oh man, that's cool. Hey, I appreciate the love, homie. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna. Hey, look, I'm gonna be pushing and I'm going extra hard. You know what I'm saying? But really, I really want people to really listen to the things that I say because I don't think sports is one thing. We could talk sports all day, but when we talk about even though sports is life, but when we get outside, let's get outside of sports for a minute. Let's talk about life for a minute. You know, that's something that I really enjoy talking about because I'm shoot, how can I say it, man? I like diving into all types of subjects. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just sit here and just talk about one. I could talk about one particular subject, but it's so many different subjects that we could tackle and try to agree to disagree with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. That's what we do over here at Polo Sports Talking ENT. But I appreciate the love, Omega Red. Appreciate you stopping through. Um, anyways, man, and like uh Omega Red was saying, he said it bothers him because he knows the history of the country. Man, you'll be silly not to know the history of this country. Everybody's well aware of what has taken place in terms of what. African Americans have been through, how we've been mistreated, how how they mistreated our women, how they mistreated our kings, the torture, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, like I said, it's not just in terms of Caucasian. There's a lot of people that date choose to date. Like I'll give you an example. Uh, I know an African American cat. He just chooses to date Asian women. You know, he prefers Asian women. And I always ask him, what was it about? What was it about Asian women that you like? So much and everything. And he gave me his little spill and everything. And so it was something that he chose to do, but I didn't never look at him in any type of way or anything like that. But see, if he walks in, somewhere, and there are some people that really don't get along with you, or that you could be the kindest person and everything, they will still find some way to envy you. See, and it's the same thing, with a Caucasian and an African American. He walks in, like, while they're alone, and they're around their casual friends and everything, their everyday friends and stuff. Everything is good, right? Everything, everything is all mellow. But once they get around, you know, particular people in their family that might feel some type of way, or some type of anger because of you dating an African American man, or vice versa, a Caucasian man dating an African American female, there might be some people there that just really, they might you might introduce your significant other to your cousin, your uncle, your auntie, or something like that. And that person that's not really giving you a good reception, you automatically going to read their body language, like, okay, I can't believe you had the audacity to even, bring that person here. Why are you bringing that person to our event or something like that? But they're gonna play it off as if though, okay, no problem. Uh, it's nice to meet you and everything, but really, they're not really too fond of you being there, if that makes any sense. And in order for you to even win them over, so to speak, it would have to be something probably like, what can you do for me? What how does it benefit, them, if that makes any sense? They're not going to just genuinely like you. There's going to be some intentions involved. Nine times out of ten, those type of people, they genuinely don't like a person unless you can work for them pretty good, or uh, you probably can help them out in terms of how to dress or something like that, or how to put on their makeup, or how to do their nails or something like that. They can't just genuinely just like you, just cause or whatnot. It's just like something in the back of their mind just says, I don't want to trust this person, you know. And that's something that you have to be real with. Now, Big Who has said this, and shout out to Big Who. He said no, some people can't help who they fall in love with. Now, that right there is real key. You can't help who you with. I mean, you can't help who you like, and you can't help uh the feelings between two individuals. It's y- it's something that it might have been brewing and resonating with y'all two for quite some time. There might be a Caucasian woman that really loves this man and really wants to and desires to be with him and everything, but because her father or her mother and her brother and her sister, they feel some type of way about African Americans. She's afraid to actually bring him out anywhere or bring him around or anything like that. And it happens a lot. Now, and then when you walk in there and end up getting pregnant or something, then you really gonna make, people feel some type of way or whatever. But they're gonna be really upset and everything, but they're still gonna have to respect the fact that, okay, this is my grandbaby that we're bringing into the world, and you're bringing in a biracial you're bringing in a biracial kid into the world who will ultimately, God willing, be a biracial adult. And so it's something that they're going to have to come to grips with. But I've seen people that are in relationships and that situation happens where they are biracial, and the kid, the grandkid, like let's say the grandfather is white and the kid is, you know, half black, half white or whatnot. The the father, the grandfather will mistreat the the biracial kid, but all the other kids are like, just full Caucasian. That type of stuff happens. And then that's when things get pretty heated because of the emotions and things like that. Especially if those two aren't together, they done had a real rocky relationship, and it's a biracial relation. Well, it's a interracial relationship between the two, and they have a kid that's involved. Now that right there, that could be a whole mess because I have friends that ultimately got in trouble because of situations like that. And I always wondered. I said to myself, I was like, man, I I mean, do you really know what type of backlash that you're gonna receive if you mistreating if she's mistreating you or you mistreating them, or and if y'all break up and everything, it's gonna be a sour taste in their mouth anyway, because they're gonna be like, well, that that N word didn't, what I'm saying, that nigga didn't work out, anyways, or whatever, or he was bad for you anyways. You have people out there that will do stuff like that. Like they were waiting. It was like it was already in the back of their mind. Like they were getting ready to say that. They were getting ready to just automatically just be like, you know what, man, F him. You didn't need him anyways, or something like that. It was already expected for them to go ahead and put they 25 cents in. But I've seen it all the time. I never judged anybody either. Some people would go to school, like, back in the days, everybody, used to date and everything. And, in high school, people gonna make a big deal about everything. So if you black and you dating, somebody that's white or something like that, people gonna be like, oh man, and just blow it out of proportion and stuff because of the maturity level. But you got people out there that still do the same thing, and they're adults. It's like it's real high school like, and I was like, I thought to myself, I thought, we were supposed to be, adults here, you know what I'm saying? Like, my wife is she's black, you know what I'm saying? Um she's African, full-blooded African. Yeah, full-blooded African, and Pa- a Pacific Islander. She's an islander. So I don't have no problem with that. But then again, there's some people that think that just because you're with somebody that has an accent or something like that, there's people out there that are so uh, discriminative towards people that they think that just because a person has an accent, right? They treat them differently, or because of like when you try to have dialogue with a certain person, like, and I'm gonna let Young go in just a second. If if you don't talk like how a person wants you to talk, or you don't have a type of dialogue that a person wants you to have with them, people will treat you differently, and they'll put you in a certain box. So like, let's say me and Young, we go out, and we let's say we go to a spot, right, and we're dating, or we're married to white women, and let's say that it's just only me and Young there that are married to white women, and there's nothing but Caucasian people there. You maybe have, a few, sprinkle here and there and everything, but we're the only ones that are in a interracial relationship or marriage, whatever you want to call it. We are going to be under the magnifying glass, and everybody's going to be looking at that, especially if it's a formal place. Like if you're at a, like a banquet, or you had a ceremony or something like that, people are always gonna, they can't help but stare. Now, it's not as it's not as evident uh, as it used to be, but there still is some tension sometimes, because especially when a situation like, George Floyd had taken place, or all these police shootings and stuff like that, and race motivated hate crimes and stuff like that go on. So people actually look at it, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that this guy had the audacity to show up here or there," or something like that. But then when you have a candid conversation with them, guess what? Oh, they're not gonna say it right out, Young. They're not gonna be like, "Oh wow, by golly, that nigger was smart," or something like that. They might be like, "Wow, I had no idea," or something. "Well, hey, well, would you like to do lunch sometime," or something like that. But see, in the back of their mind, what they thought that we were, they're already stereotyping you, thinking that they want to see what you talk like, and where your intellect is like, and everything like that, what you have to offer and what you have to bring to the table. And if it benefits them, they're going to try to do anything that they can to use you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be like, okay, well, first off, uh, I'm in control of this. Okay, first and foremost, I'm in control of this. You should be lucky to be in my presence, and that's that's how I come. If I'm, because I've been in that type of situation before, Young, where I've been the only nigga there. Like, I had to go to a quinceañera one time, and I was the only black person there. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Wow, you speak Spanish?" I'm I'm like, "Yeah, poquito." You know what I'm saying? Like, lo siento, I speak poquito español. They're like, oh my God, you speak Spanish. Oh, so now you want to be my friend because I speak a little Espanol. But anyways, man, young, go ahead, man.
What's up in the chat? Um, it didn't
Man, ain't
really bother
nobody in
me.
this bitch anyways.
It didn't really bother me. Not because I had an intimate relationship with a Hispanic lady, with a Hispanic girl,
Hmm.
Cuban, um, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. It didn't really bother me at first. It did bother, and then it started bothering me. It's when the question in my mind. It's like, okay, who's she with? Is she with this one? Is her friend saying some stuff about me? Is she, what she doing is what she doing that? That's gonna be that really that really bothered me about it. But no, but the only I love internet. I like dating outside the box. You know, with a mixed girl. Like I'm telling you, mixed dating a mixed women turns me on. You know, because I'm saying they fine. I'm saying they fine,
What
but
turns you? What turns you on about them, young?
curly hair, the smiles, the attractiveness, their personality,
Mm.
you know. And I remember when I was a kid, I said something stupid, cause I said, I wanted to have, I want to have a light skinned baby. I would have a light skinned baby, a boy.
Right, right.
It's like stupidness. And then my mom, she was like, "Why don't you?" Because she sees me get rejected by these Not, I'm not being I'm not being stereotypical racist though. She said, why you always get dating these black girls because I get rejected by them." And then she told me, why don't you just go for a white girl? I'm like, what? No, like, I was like, no, I would not date a white girl because reason why I say that one, you have an in relationship, but with a white person, I'm not being racist. Anything. The
Mm.
reason why I don't date a white person because how the people gonna feel, how my
Mhm.
family gonna feel, how my
Yeah.
the people around her family gonna feel, how my friends, her people, they're gonna be like, oh my god, he's dating a white girl, like he's kissing. Oh god, he's dating a white girl. He's like how I say how they say you kiss you turn into like you know
Oh, you sell out.
yeah, like you turn into a
Yeah,
sellout, that
yeah.
and this and that, and that's what really bothered me when
He
they
done
started.
crossed over.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem for me dating a white female because of that
Mhm.
situation. And and see now, you know, and they were like, "Oh, you a sellout? Then you this and that. Like you kiss the white man's ass and go with the white girl. I don't know why you can't. Dang, you're a colorist. No, you this and that. It's like it just really, that's the only thing that really bothers me.
Mhm.
About that because I was saying myself I would never date one because of that because what I said in that and and also the racism between her because like I said her parents might be like a Trump fan, probably Trump supporter or this supporter because they probably want to say, oh, we don't like these niggers, we don't like this nigger here, why'd you date this nigger? Because you know and then they were like, oh, he's black, cause like, and they're gonna feel uncomfortable by me. That's what bothered me most. That's the second point of me being bothered was basically her family. What's her family gonna react? Of me
Mhm.
being, a black person. You know, that's really scared me because I've seen all these movies. And how I say I seen this movie with Ashton I seen this movie with Ashton Kutcher. Matter of fact, look,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was Ashton Kutcher and Kerry Washington.
no, no, let me do it. It was I said that right. It was on Fresh Prince episode when Will's aunt had a boyfriend who was white.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It was
You
his
see how
uncle-in-law.
you see
Yeah,
how her sister got a sister she would don't want to date because she was white because they was white.
right. Yeah, dang,
Now,
you
now I
taking
say now I
away, man.
say now you picture that with a black person coming
Mm.
in with a white family, it's not gonna look right. It's not gonna look right.
But you know what though, young?
Hmm.
My cousin, she's like that, man. She's and my cousin, she, I'm not trying to, brag or anything like that, but a lot of guys really, be trying to get at her and stuff. And I'm talking about, straight up niggas, you know what I'm saying? They really be trying to, spit at her and stuff like that. But she don't like anybody but except because she's married to a Latino brother, a Puerto Rican cat. You know what I'm saying? And she chooses to date nothing but Hispanic. Like I said, my cousins they half black and half Hispanic and half black because of her and everything. But she never really was into her own race. She never wanted to date African American guys.
Hmm.
She never wanted to go there. But she would always show up, to a family function and everything. We'd be like, who is this guy? But we wouldn't treat him no type of way. See, like, if I know you done seen it young, there might be somebody like the guy, like the lady on Fresh Prince or something like that. They'll bring white dude there, and y'all hanging at the barbecue. The females go with the females, the fellas go with the fellas, and everything. So he'll try to come in there. You know what I'm saying? Try to break the ice. You know what I'm saying? Make them feel welcome and stuff like that. But see, my family like, man, come on over here.
Right, right,
Oscar or something like that, man. Come on, man. We don't
right.
try to make him feel, any type of way. But you have some families, young, like that that'll be like, won't even talk to you, won't even say nothing to you, won't even offer you a plate of barbecue or none of that.
Yeah, she was like that, and also to me, the third point is I noticed, and I know you truly gonna set this. The third point is why it bothers me when it comes to interrelation, not with a white female, because her friends or your friends who I say is white. Like you remember that movie O with Mackay Pfeiffer?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
That's my movie.
seeing that movie scares the fuck out of me. Reason why it scares me because if I date a wife, not if I date a wifey, I'm like, this is how it's gonna be. Like somebody like a
Yeah,
friend of
I
mine is
know.
gonna.
I know why you like that movie too, man. But I ain't gonna go
Yeah, because he was black now, and I know and I understand his cause me and lifestyle because he wasn't from the hood like me because we wasn't from the hood. We grew we had moms and stuff, and then now we dating this white female. Now he's dating this white female, and everything's going good. So his friends started getting jealous because he's getting this and that, But he also like the girl, so he made up this lie. Oh, he smashed a girl, and and it turned him to a crazy psycho and killed, and choked his girlfriend. That's what scares me. Of me
there.
dating a white female because of her friends, because friends like, or her friends that are white, and
Mm,
not like female friends, like male friends, or somebody gonna be jealous of me because they're gonna be jealous because she likes a black guy, you know,
mm,
because she likes a black guy, and he's gonna make and he or she gonna make some excuse that he did this and that. It's gonna make me turn crazy and make me do something harm towards her,
mm,
and it made me go to jail, made me kill myself. That's that when kill myself. That's when and then that's when I saw that movie. It just scares me. Like damn, it's like damn. It just scares me. It really bothers me that something if you let friendships get into into your head, make you these lies, it's gonna make you turn crazy. So,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, that's fact. And you see a lot of people. Like it goes back to what you were saying. A lot of people aren't strong minded enough to go around, the people that are against it, or the people that might have something to say about it, or the people that might frown upon it. A lot of people, I give credit to some of those people that, especially like, a black woman that comes in there with a a Caucasian, and don't get it twisted either, young. I'm not just talking about black and white. I'm talking about any, like you were just saying, Hispanic, Asian. You know what I'm saying? I give credit, to some of those people that do it, because I know the type of, like, people are gonna stare. It's a human. We're human beings, so we're naturally gonna look and be like, "What? You with him, or you with her or something like that." It's just a natural reaction. You know what I'm saying? But then after you get past it and everything, you look at it for a while, then it's kind of like, okay, oh well. But some people, they just can't. It's just a driving force in them not to let it go. Like it's like they have to be some. And some people will even try to test that person. Like I I know people that have went to a place and there's nothing but Caucasian people there, and you got those redneck cats there that's gonna you know try to be they're gonna engage in the conversation with you and somehow throw race in there. It's like race has to be in there, and then that's when it starts to turn into a little tension and everything. You know what I'm saying? You have people like that. It's like they want to say something, or they'll make like a little joke, and they'll be like, "Yeah, you know how you do in your culture," or some bullshit like that. That right there. That now see that right there. I don't mind somebody checking somebody on their shit right there. That to me, yeah, you have to do that. And you won't stand for that. And even if you have to leave the place, you know what I'm saying? Because you like, look, I won't be disrespected by your people like that. You know what I'm saying? I came here with you and everything, but if you're gonna single me out like that, and you're gonna say something, that's racially, offensive to me or something like that, well, we know what you even getting at, or you trying to start something or throw a wrench into something like that. I'm not gonna have it. We could have a productive conversation without you bringing a race. Because I've been in that situation before, young. It's like, people always, they have to bring up race all the time. I'm like, man, we not. Because I was at the bar, like it was like a few years ago or whatever, and I'm like, man, I'm up in here trying to watch the damn game. You up in here trying to talk about race, man. Has that taken place with you before?
um,
I know somebody always trying to bring race into something when you get around a mixture of people.
not really. No, not really. No. I think when I got to Minneapolis, I realized
Mhm.
how race, how divided it was. You
Mhm.
know, and definitely, you said definitely, especially the parents. You know, like if something happens to their daughter, something happens to their daughter. You know,
Mhm.
they gonna say it's your fault. Like you made her this crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's like we broke up. It's like we broke up. I didn't. It's like yeah, I'm aware of it, pastor. Like, and I saw this show on like I said, like the I mean, Dr. Phil show, and this
You about to say Uncle Phil?
yeah.
God rest his soul, James
I
Avery.
was like, so yeah. But it was yeah, and like this his father was like saying she was like she started crying like what's wrong stuff, and then and they'd be like, she would be making up stuff like, oh, he did this, he did that, knowing that, knowing that is way bad,
Mhm.
and and um and definitely, really, I said that definitely bothered me. Definitely, our parents, because something happens, and they'd be like, "It's your fault. Like you did this. Your fault. You made her crazy. It's your fault." And and your fault did this.
Right.
And
It's like they're sticking the blame all on you. It's like like they'll come in the bedroom and their daughter is crying and stuff like that. It might have just she might just be crying just because she really wants you back or something like that. But you know how, women they get, emotional. They can't explain anything right then and there. So they might the first thing that the father gonna see is their daughter crying and everything. So they gonna turn red. They gonna overreact. The daughter hadn't even really said, and the next thing you know, he wants to start some start some shit with you. Even goes so as far as to try to look for you and try to get the laws involved or something like that, right? But then she'll be up in there actually trying to defend you and be like, "Look, I still love such and such or whatever, something like that." You know what I'm saying? And then he gonna feel like a dumbass because she actually loves it. It's just they're going through their little trial and tribulation. I've seen it all the time, yo.
mhm.
Man, I've seen cats go to jail behind stuff like that. I'm talking about uh the interracial situation.
Right, that's what I'm worried. Like, damn, like then parents gonna say something bad. Like, I didn't say she assaulted her or nothing. Like I didn't say she assaulted her. And then you think they're going, and then that's when the race come in. Like, I remember
Mm,
that pull up like that. You remember that pull up when every time she called police saying, "Oh, he this and do that," and then
right.
you think a police gonna believe you, and then you tell your side, you think the police gonna believe you? No, they're gonna believe her because she's white. Mm. So and
So
so hmm?
so what's your take? Let me ask you this. Now you said you like biracial women.
Hmm.
Now, what's your take on this, young? Because I had mentioned this earlier in the stream. I had said that okay, whenever you're in a um in an interracial relationship, let's just call it what it is. Sometimes things happen. The woman ends up getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying, and ends up or having a mixed kid and everything like that. But the father and the mother, which are now the grandparents that might be Caucasian, they might treat that particular grandchild like they got all the grandkids in there, right? And that one is just biracial. You know what I'm saying? Do
Hmm.
I mean, did you see a lot of that went on where the Caucasian grandparent would treat their other grandkids differently than from the biracial one? Because I've heard of situations like that have taken place, man.
Uh, my I seen it on definitely on TV. It's actually real life with my aunt. You
Hmm.
know, and um it just it's definitely gonna be definitely, for you take it to me for your response. It's definitely gonna be difficult for you being a father and trying to raise a child, and then you find out that your grandparents don't like because he's not black, and then you know how the parents gonna be, take a DNA test. I think she take a DNA test. It's like, why take a DNA test? That child's that child's mine. You know that, and to me, I would stand up for that. Like I don't want to take a DNA test for what?
Right,
Because I'm dating a biracial. Because I'm biracial myself. 'Cause they,
right, right. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you pretty much you don't have to worry about. But see, some people might look young. You already probably know what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that y'all road is easy, and it's not, because I got several uh friends that are mixed race, man, and man, the hell that they told me that they went through when they were younger. And let me talk about that, young, because I know you went through some stuff, with that situation, or you might have not, you know what I'm saying? But I know some people, they kind of struggle with that, and when they was in school
Uh,
and stuff like that.
Definitely, I definitely did experience that being struggle. Being half Haitian, half Haitian, half Haitian American, half American. Um,
Right.
that really was a struggle for me because now you see kids they bully you and then they'll make fun of you. The country that that your mom came to me. They just started making fun of me, saying that, oh, you so there's that you made earthquake died and you so that's like and that happened to one school year and I used to get so mad and I was just so angry because like the principal teachers and principals they always get in trouble for it but they never got in trouble for it
Hmm.
and I always and that and it just always be hateful it always be like hateful but just like just bullying stuff so
That's crazy too, young. It's funny that you said that too, because I was just looking at you seen that series. It's called The Startup.
the startups.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's about cryptocurrency and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but one of the characters in there, it takes place in Florida. It's called The Startup. So next time you go look,
Right.
it's an older show. It was back in 2018, but it takes place in Miami or whatever. But one of uh, the guy's character, his name is Ronnie, or they call him, his real name Ronald. But
Mm-hmm.
he was in, that portion of Little Haiti or whatever, and he was a part of, he was a part of the, hitting them streets and all that other stuff. But that was one of the characters in there. But I was just thinking about that when you had said that.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. For you being a biracial kid, it's gonna for me being like biracial kid, it's very tough.
Hmm.
It's very tough because the people are gonna make fun of you about it.
Hmm.
They're gonna tease you about it and play with you about it. And um, definitely. I remember having an incident with my little cousin. She came to my school. I didn't really like it coming to my school because I don't take care of her. Uh then um then then some people they just she always stares at the kids and then they're like, yo, get your cousin. She keeps staring at me. Two girls like, yo, get your cousin, keep staring at me. And no, I told her, no, I warned her, like, yo, man, don't look. No, just we don't want no drama. Just don't look. And I mean, she didn't understand because she came from Haiti. She came from Haiti. She didn't understand in America at the time. She didn't really understand what's going on around America.
Hmm.
And and tried to tried to then they tried to she keeps whispering under her ear, which was a bad thing. And
Right.
which bad thing, like no, that's just how y'all know we slipping around and then they did something so mad that I wish that I was like, damn, I wish I could step in, but I couldn't. So the next day they said, oh, you can't hit me, okay. Next day they gave her a box of Q-tips
Hmm.
and they gave her like a box of Q-tips and they gave her a box of Q-tips and they say, clean your ears until you can understand me. And
Wow.
I was like, damn.
That's
And
crazy.
that was messed up. So yeah, definitely, being Bershka is very tough. It was very tough because the bullying and stuff, but you need only. But the good thing about it is that the good thing about it is that you can you wanted to have that one special person.
Hmm.
Doesn't have to be black, doesn't have to be brown, doesn't have to be. That's why I said like us biracial people, we like to go outside the box. That's why you
Yeah.
see some Cubans they date black girls. That's why you
Right.
see white people they date for black guys. That's why you see black girls date white guys. That's why you
Mm.
see white guys date black girls. Because we like to go outside the box and just don't matter, don't matter. We may have different colors, but we do have other things that we are similar about. You know, like us talking, have personal hearts, and explanation about it.
I, I know you got looks and stares when you used to come up in there young with like some. So well, look, I'm gonna put it to you like this. See, and I always keep it a stack. Like if you came up in there right, like let's say you a nigga right, you know what I'm saying, and you a brother, and you come up you come up in school right, and they used to you dating the sisters and everything like that, but then you walk in with like a a white girl, a Latino girl that got long hair and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's different from all of them and stuff. Initially, right, young, they're gonna hate and everything, or even as an adult too. When you go somewhere, initially they gonna hate, but then you gonna find the same guys that was hating and the same guys that was talking down and everything like that. She might go tell him
Yeah,
that you was trying to get, hey, your friend was trying to get at me or something like that. So then you gonna have to you have to check him and be like, wait a minute, man, I thought you had a problem with it, but kind of find out you was hating on the street. This or
man,
that. Yeah, I know it,
no
man.
lie, bro.
I
I
know you
ain't,
done seen some stuff
no,
like
bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Man. I was talking to the girl. She was Jewish. She was Jewish, and
that.
talked
Uh-huh.
to her, that, and like she got so many. I was in Jewish school, so her Jewish friends, bro. Like, she got tons of them, but this one dude, big dude, senior dude. He looks like he's in his 20s. He's taller and bigger than me. He came. I'm talking to her Snapchat, and all of a sudden a voice chat popped up, and so I listened, and he said, "I swear to God, bro, you ever talk to again, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Whoa!" So I was like, "Whoa!" And then it just made me stop messing. It just made me stop messing with it because these when she started dating, go outside the box, start dating the person, like, yeah, like these friends, they're really gonna be very jealous, and they really very protective too. Cause some
Yeah,
friends, they're really protective about their friends.
yeah.
You know, um, there's one thing about that, and you always have to, for your person, you always have to be careful of who you date, and
Hmm.
who you pick. You have to find the right one. Doesn't matter about the skin color thing. You have to find a white woman, find a right woman that's going to be there for you to have your kids, and get married and live forever. That understand your personality, understand what you go through, and doesn't feel ashamed to be around my parents, be around my family.
But there's some women. There's some women young, right? When hey things, man, y'all could be together. Like let's say we talk about a Caucasian woman, and we talk about an African American man. Let's say they getting into it, right? And they done been together a while. They even got kids together and everything, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you know they get into the heat of the battle, and then next thing you know, she snaps and calls them the N word. You know what I'm saying? Calls them a nigger or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's been situations like that have taken place, and it's like, okay, those people, like those type of women right there, they had it like in the back of their mind. So if if they were to do that to me, well, guess what you just did? You just called. If you have one or two kids, you just called your child the N word, and not only did you call your child the N word, you called your other child the N word too as well. I know you done heard about that type of stuff going on because I done seen it all the time. I'm like, how the hell you gonna be with that man for that amount of time and everything like that? So when you said that just in the heat of the battle or something like that, that that already showed you that they had that in the back of their mind the whole damn time. They were just waiting for a perfect opportunity to say something because of the emotions being high.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. That with also my cousin though. He was dating this Latina, and
Hmm.
um, no, he was dating this Latina. Then they had two kids together. Then things get sour when she was very disrespectful towards I don't know, his mother, my aunt, and and very like this, very like very disrespectful. Then it all caused the family to get into a fight with her. And from him, he always sprung. Made up, and he had two more kids. And I remember he said that he hit her so bad. She hit him so bad that he lost his hearing, and he got arrested because she like, oh, he hit me, which he didn't. So that's how he got locked up for it. And I just kind of feel sad. It's like, damn. It's like, I hope my relationship don't end up like this. You know that a woman hit him so bad that like lost his hearing, then and and making a makeup of had made up a complete lie to get him arrested in jail,
Damn.
and then seeing him like making up with her, then have two more kids, and now he have four kids, and now she's very disrespectful towards his mother, and then he don't want to say nothing. He's scared to say something. He's scared to tell her what happened to his mother.
Yeah, now he on eggshells.
Yeah, because he knows. I know mine. No, her name's Margaret. No, I know mine, and she will fight. She's a fighter. I tell you, she knows how to fight. Her daughters, her daughter, her oldest daughter, and no, they know how to throw hands. So that's why they don't say that. That's why he don't want to say nothing. Yeah, 'cause he was so scared, and I was like, man. So,
It's like he wanted he he it's like he want to do something, but he knows that if he do, that's that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
yes, 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 yes. And I was like, wow. I was like, wow. I'm like, hold up. I said, wait a minute. Why would you even go back with her and have two more kids? I was like, I didn't get it. Come on. I didn't really get it. I'm like, she made you have a loss of hearing loss. That's crazy. And that's
Right.
crazy. And you went back with her, like, that's crazy. Like, I think you should call restraining order, like a restraining order, like, or like probably file for full custody, for that, because
Yeah.
like she's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. And see, it's like they'll put you in a situation on purpose to be like, okay, yeah, I wish you would try. I wish you would try and hit me or whatever, and or try to do something or go reckless abandon or something like that. Because if they do, then guess what's gonna happen? They gonna be getting three hots in the cop possibly.
And
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
want to
saying?
watch that. And that's true. Because what she said, what you gonna do? See, I wish you would hit me. Now that
Yeah,
now that, then that put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot. Like, damn.
It's like your manhood. It's like your manhood. It's like, dang, oh girl.
Like, damn. Like,
You-
and she's right. I can't hit her. You know. So that's why. You know. And I was like, you know what? To me, if I was. To me, if that was in a situation, I said, I'd call my mom. I said, my mom, beat the fuck out of you. No, but I can't do that. But to me, I just like walk away and leave. That's why the best thing to do is just walk away and leave. And
yeah, that yeah.
and meditate because you're not gonna win in that situation. So
Yeah, it's pointless. It's pointless to do something like that because if you do something like that, and 9 times out of 10, it's dealing with another race or whatever. They're gonna try to throw the book at you, so to speak. They're gonna try to do everything that they can to put you under the jail. Now, I will say this though, you know what I'm saying? Not all, you know what I'm saying, Caucasian people, you know what I'm saying, really think the same way like that. But you have to be real careful. I mean, and it's not just Caucasians too, like I was just saying, like Asian, um, which I haven't really seen anything like that like go on with the Asian community and the African American community or whatever. But like in the like what you were saying, yeah, like with the Hispanic culture, I've seen that a lot. Like when it
he
comes to,
crazy. Mhm.
yeah, the Hispanic and
Mhm.
the blacks or whatever, because a lot of African Americans, uh, they they get frowned upon for dating Latinos or whatever. But and see, I know a guy, man. That's all he wanted to date was Latino, and he was dating this one girl, and he actually ended up getting married to her. But in the beginning, though, young, his family, her family could not stand him at all. Like, didn't I mean they went through trial and tribulation because he had kids with her and everything. It was just a lot of drama, a lot of turmoil. People getting into it. And then guess what? Now they are cool today. Ain't that crazy? Like,
That's
and young, we not talking about no just like some light situation or nothing like that. We talking about where police, like you was talking about restraining orders and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they put, she was living with her parents and all that, and he lived at his own spot or whatever, and so they put a restraining order on him, but she kept going to go see him and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like she really loved him, but the parents and the brothers and everybody that was affiliated with her, they couldn't stand him.
definitely no. The family can't stay with that. For type of woman, that's just the problem with type of woman. If you give a girl a second chance, the family's not gonna like that. Cause they're like, you giving her a second chance after what she did, and that's when they're gonna cut you off. Like, okay, like that's on you. Don't call up my house. Like, mm,
Yeah,
like that's your responsibility. And
yeah, yeah. I mean, but I don't. Hey, if you got if you like what you like, you know what I'm saying. And there's some people that get mad because they be like, "Oh, you dating this race? Oh, you dating that race, man?" I'm like, man, it don't even matter to me because at the end of the day, if you can't, it's just like what Big Who was saying. He said that you can't help your feelings for that particular person. You can't help who you're attracted to neither.
right, like you can't stop a person for who they want to be attracted to. You know, that just that's just in their DNA. You know,
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, young man, I appreciate you coming through, man, and giving your insight on everything, man. It was definitely well needed, and this is coming from somebody that's mixed or biracial, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, um, man, I'm glad that you was able to share your story. I think that these type of topics need to happen because you don't know about a person's ethnicity or their background or their culture until you actually get a chance to really chop it up with them, man. So man, I give you a salute, man, for even going through what you went through, and then also having to if you dealt with it firsthand, with your significant other, man. That's real. That's admirable that you was able to, overcome that, man. You still standing regardless of all that went through.
man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. But till then, man, you got anything that you want to close with in terms of like anything, man? It could be by the biracial, or not biracial, the interracial relationship. You know what I'm saying, or marriages, or
Yeah,
biracial
just be careful,
community.
man. Just be careful who you dating. Be careful who you chose. Be careful you have kids with.
Mhm.
You know, that's it.
Man, that's a fact, man. Like that boy Sterling Young said, man, be careful. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, I want to thank everybody that pulled up tonight. Uh, Omega Red, Big Who, of course, the boy Sterling Young, all day LDBC, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's your boy Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. Y'all have a good night, man, and God bless y'all.